Alright, we're 50 miles deep into the Nike Air Zoom Pegasus 38, and something terribly wrong is going on with this shoe right now, and we're here to talk about it. What's up everybody, welcome back to the vlog. My name is Filip Latocha. Today we are going to be discussing the Nike Air Zoom Pegasus 38 after 50 plus miles, and a feature of the shoe that is pretty detrimental right now that is affecting my day-to-day training with it. And even after like an extended break from the shoe, I can't seem to shake off this particular problem, and I don't know if I can keep this shoe anymore. So before we get into it, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you're already subscribed to the channel and you enjoy watching this content, thanks so much guys, love you all very much. Without further ado, let's get into it. Specs, right here. I'm not really going to go over them too much unless they're necessary for the explanation of what could be going wrong. This might not even be a very long video, we'll see overall. But basically, what's going on, particularly in the left foot of this shoe, as I've pulled out the insole as well, is I think something that a lot of people are aware of, at least from what I've read on other YouTube content creators' reviews on this particular shoe, that some people either absolutely love it or everyone else is experiencing, I think, something of the same issue, which is in this mid-foot, forefoot area close to the Air Zoom pocket. In my particular case, what I'm noticing is basically two things that are working in tandem. One, of course, we've discussed how this upper is a lot more flexible and it's good for wider feet because of the breathability in it. But one of those big sacrifices here is that you lose the snug fit of your toes in this toe box area. Is that a bad thing overall? Not necessarily. Some people, I think, like that. Personally, if the toe box is kind of tight and I got a good lock on the foot, I really don't mind the beat down that my toes are going to take. That's probably where something like the Tempo Next percents are kind of great in terms of that particular Flyknit, but that's a story for another time. But basically what's going on here is because that toe box is so wide, it causes a little bit of friction when you don't have this lockdown perfect. And despite the upper having a better lockdown, in my opinion, than the Pegasus 37, there's a major issue going on with this forefoot Air Zoom pocket area. So I pulled out the insole, as you can see, just to make sure I can see what was going on, and there's not really a good camera angle here. Maybe if I can get some lighting in there. You can see the pattern of where the Air Zoom pocket is in this particular shoe, and right in that exact area towards the back end of the Air Zoom pocket, there's a bit of a bump from the pocket itself, or the pod, whatever you want to call it, that is hitting my forefoot, midfoot area in a really uncomfortable way, and it causes a lot of burning and a lot of discomfort in specifically my left foot. Why it's not happening in the right foot, maybe just because of the way my right foot strikes. It's possibly a lot of other things. But again, this is burning a lot more than I would like it to basically be. And this is not something that's uncommon to my running style. As I've mentioned previously before, I once fractured my third metatarsal in my left foot, and I do experience flare-ups every so often when I'm running, but not nearly to the extent of which these shoes kind of inflame it. Sometimes I'll feel it in like the Vaporfly Next Percent ones, I believe, but it's not as bad. It's a little bit minor in that case. So basically that's something I was looking into just to see if, I was trying to rule out the possibility that I was the problem here. So, of course, I could be a little bit of the problem. I am adding a lot more mileage as I am starting to roll into a marathon, triathlon, Ironman kind of training block. So I've basically gone from 45 miles weekly during the lockdown quarantine stage to about 55 to 60 now, and obviously eventually to about 100 by the time we get to peak marathon season. Point being is I'm not putting on nearly as much miles to create the sore foot effect that I would be experiencing in these shoes. Like putting on 5 miles a week from 45 to 50 miles isn't significant enough to create that kind of pain, at least in my opinion. Yes, there's a little bit of cross training like biking and swimming, but that shouldn't be nearly as impactful to my feet as running would be to inflame and kind of cause that sort of burning effect in the foot and that discomfort overall. So just to make sure I was ruling out that it was the Pegasus 38s only, I did the same thing to the Peg 37s, which as you can see, based on this insole of the shoe, I really enjoyed putting 400 plus miles on this thing. And yeah, it is built in a very similar way. It's just about the same thickness overall in the bottom, and you can feel the Air Zoom pocket like outline inside the shoe, the little square box in there, and the major difference is that this pocket isn't nearly as inflated as the one in the Peg 38s. Could this be part of the issue of the pocket just being way too overinflated and creating like this hump over your foot? It very much could be, and it is causing an issue, I think, in this particular instance, because you want that forefoot area to be a little bit flat in your foot, so you can obviously use the ball of your foot and the other metatarsals in that area to kind of help you push off the ground in that fashion. But if that Air Zoom pocket is putting a discomfort, almost like a fist, into the ball of your foot, it's going to start causing some issues after repetitive, I would say, striking of that area. So basically, this is kind of a bad play for me in the Peg 38, especially because I took a couple of days off of it and tried to do it again. Maybe it was just a one-off thing, and it just keeps consistently, you know, showing up in my left foot after 1 to 2 miles of warming up and kind of getting into the groove of things. It's just not good. So basically, at this point, unless somebody can confirm with me that it's like a manufacturing error of some sort, like I don't think the Pegasus 38 can be in my daily trainer lineup, which is kind of bad because the Zoom X Invincible isn't in my daily trainer lineup as well, because I just wasn't using it very much and it just had some other issues that I'll discuss another time. I don't have the Infinity React 2s anymore. My current Infinity Reacts are kind of just burnt. They're just more for walking. The only things I really have from the looks of it, well, I mean, is the Pegasus Turbos 2s, and I don't think many people complain about those at all. It's just they're basically like really scarce, and Nike basically like doesn't make them anymore. So you gotta kind of find them on like third-party sites and whatnot. But basically, this kind of puts me in a weird spot. Like, do I buy a new Pegasus 38 and just hope that maybe this manufacturing error with the pod is gone? I don't know. It's hard to say overall. So that being said, comment down below what daily trainer you think I should try out. And if it's better than the Pegasus 38, please let me know. I'll review it. I'll give it a go. And even if it's non-Nike, I'm down for it. I've got some Brooks that I'm playing around with. I'm really looking into this 1080 VI, I think it is, from New Balance. I think it's just the 1080 V. I could be wrong about that. I heard good things about that as well as a daily trainer. So yeah, that's basically what you guys should put in the comments down below of things that we should replace for the Peg 38. And then also comment down below if you're experiencing something similar with the Pegasus 38s, or if it's just me experiencing like a post-fractured foot type of flare-up that's kind of showing up. You know, I just want to know if you guys are seeing the same thing overall. So I think we're just going to end the video here. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.